the Administrator of the National COVID-19 Trust Fund, Deputy Chairpersons of the National Commission for Civic Education, members of the Trust Fund or the Board of Trustees, Commission Secretary, Line Directors, Deputy Directors and staff of the National Commission for Civic Education and the National COVID-19 Trust Fund. Today marks, in some ways, the end, and in other ways, the beginning of our engagement with the Trust Fund on how they can support the NCCE to effectively deliver on our mandate. And on behalf of the National Commission for Civic Education, let me say thank you so much to the National Trust Fund for this show of confidence in the items that have been delivered to us. For me, it goes to emphasize and re-emphasize the role of the Commission in nation building. And I'd like to express my deep appreciation and gratitude, particularly to the Chairperson of the National Trust Fund. Even before her current role, Justice Sophia Akufu, retired, has shown unflinching support for the Commission. Whilst as Chief Justice, she always ensured that she involved NCCE in her nationwide sensitization on engaging young boys and girls across the country on the role of justice delivery and indeed the role of justice in democracy, as well as what young children could grow up to become and understand their essence of civic responsibility. Since the coronavirus was first reported in Ghana on the 12th of March 2020, a lot has gone on. We have seen our nation or our citizens thrown into a state of panic and anxiety. We have seen the emergence of myths and misinformation. We have seen so much. But even so, we have also seen government step up in its role in ensuring that the public is protected and that this devastating coronavirus does not wreak havoc on our society. Unfortunate as it is that we have lost over 100 lives in Ghana, we indeed have been blessed. More developed countries have lost many more people, and would like to thank God for His mercies in protecting and preserving the good people of Ghana to date. In the emergence of this pandemic in Ghana, a lot has gone on, and significantly the Trust Fund has been there to offer support to institutions, to vulnerable groups, and indeed today NCCE is also the beneficiary of such benevolence of the Trust Fund. As a commission on the field, we have encountered a number of challenges. The chairperson has already spoken of the growing stigmatization in this country, and as many people as recover is the potential for stigmatization. We have stepped up our campaign on stigmatization. We've stepped up our role on getting people to understand that the disease indeed exists, because the disbelief, the feedback of disbelief we get is of grave concern to the Commission. It is everybody's role to educate somebody. It is everybody's role to be vigilant and to ensure that collectively we work together. And so for some of us, whether it's been in supermarkets or on the roadsides, we have nudged somebody to, pull up your mask, We've asked somebody that wash your hands, use your sanitizer. Why isn't your child wearing a mask? Because everybody's word of encouragement, of vigilance, goes to protect another person. Madam Chairperson, it's important to state at this time that this support that you have given the Commission goes to bridge the very wide logistical gap that faces the NCCE. Today, retooling the Commission remains a matter of urgency for the Commission. And these items that have been given to the Commission goes a long way to bridging part of the gap. So we would continue to call on government to provide NCCE with the needed resources so that we take up our rightful role in providing much needed civic education, not only towards the coronavirus, but indeed in all aspects of life that ensure nation building, that ensures cohesion of our society, and ensures that we all step up as patriotic citizens to fight the good fight in building our beloved Ghana. This time it's also important to acknowledge the intervention of the President, who called me to find out for himself what the real challenges of the Commission was. And having explained to him His Excellency, he took steps to ensure that the Commission was loaned 50 vehicles to bridge the logistical gap for a period of 3 months, as well as an amount of money as fuel and maintenance of those vehicles whilst they were in our hands. So as we speak, those 50 vehicles were given to select districts, and they go to support our work on the field. Indeed, these vehicles that we are receiving from the National Trust Fund are vehicles that are now owned by the Commission, and to that extent, we extend our hand of gratitude again. So the National Trust Fund donated to us an amount of 2.5 million cedis, and as she said earlier, it was not as much as we would have liked, but nonetheless, after back and forth and carefully drawn out conversations, we realized that we could use this money effectively to bridge these gaps and to ensure that we are everywhere in the country working. So yes, we have 10 cross-country Nissan pickups. We have 50 public address systems to be mounted on vehicles. We have 100 megaphones for other vehicles, and some that can be carried as portable megaphones to go to the communities to engage the citizenry. We have 4 graphic design and production equipment. As we all know, in these times, social media took a center stage in education. And for NCCE, whilst we recognize the importance of social media, we were somewhat handicapped in how much we could churn out to educate a particular segment of the society. So we had 4 design production equipment, and we are very grateful for that. We also had 10 laptops to facilitate communication with selected districts and regions. Undoubtedly, today, virtual conferencing, virtual meetings, again has taken center stage. And for most of our districts who we could not meet physically, communication equipment was key to being able to reach them, understand what the challenges were on the field, tailor our education, get feedback from them in order for us to be more effective on the ground. The funding also included fuel for operating these vehicles. So we would not for a very long time suffer issues of whether or not we can afford fuel to put these or to deploy these vehicles on the field. We also had an amount of money for funding the maintenance of these vehicles. There was also funding to repair existing vehicles in select regions and districts of the country to shore up the gap that we had logistically. In order to ensure that our staff on the ground were working, and also for directors and the executive to get first-hand experience of what was going on, the funding took due cognizance of that and gave an allocation for monitoring and coordination of activities on the field. Typically, in relation to this, and to ensure that this money was put to good use, there is an aspect also that went for funding a collaboration with the Ghana Medical Association, the Ministry of Health, and to ensure some limited research. So whilst we didn't get the full complement of what we asked for, the way this funding has been structured ensures that every aspect of our communication, every aspect of engagement, every aspect that allows us or gives us that capacity to go out there is catered for here. And I'd like to again express my gratitude to the Trust Fund for this donation. Every one of us goes beyond just being an ordinary citizen of Ghana, but should become a passionate advocate and ambassador in the fight or combat against COVID-19. We as a commission would like to assure Madam Chairperson and her team here that we would put these items to very good use, and you would hear from us. With the help that we've received so far, today there is news of us even entering shrines, crossing rivers, going into the real hinterland and to reach vulnerable groups to give them much needed education and support. Some of our strategies have changed to accommodate the new normal, and they would continue to change to respond to the needs and necessities of the time. As a commission, we would also like to assure the good people of Ghana that these items will be used judiciously to preserve them and ensure they go a long way to making us even more relevant in this fight against this pandemic. Madam Chairperson and your team, I'd like again to extend our thanks to the media for the immense visibility that has been afforded us. If you go online these days, there is no day that passes without you realizing or observing where NCCE has been, which districts they've been to, which institution they've been to. So I'd like to say thank you to the media. I also would like to thank our staff on the ground, who I also refer to as frontline workers. Their frontline is preventive. Our staff have been absolutely phenomenal across the length and breadth of this country, and they continue to inspire me to do even more as the leader of the commission, and inspire my team as we go ahead and seek for support all across the country. I can't end this without expressing my deep appreciation to the goodwill that has been expressed by many Ghanaians in our districts and in our regions. We have received support, some small, some, but not all of them equally significant. And this goes to show that the good people of Ghana indeed repose great confidence in the role of the Commission, and we as a Commission would live up to ensuring that our mandate is properly and effectively executed to the benefit of all of us. Thanks as well goes to the Almighty God for giving us grace and life. So on behalf of the Commission, again, our thanks and gratitude to the National Trust Fund. Thank you very much.